Traders, good evening, good evening, good evening. A warm welcome. It's 6 o'clock. Let's get started with this evening session, tonight's session. Before that, our disclaimer here, guys. The video is opinion, and let's not construe this as advice in any way. Can everybody hear me? Good evening, good evening. There we go, there we go, there we go. I should be on there now. Like they've been. Can everybody hear? Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. I think it should be all right now. Yeah. All right. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So, guys, a warm welcome to everybody. It's a fantastic time to be alive. To everybody that's joining, I see Avi's here, Tato's there, Obed, Jules, Edgar, Onalena, Young Son, Brett is there, Tanya's there, Jules, Shirley Shakes is there. All right, so yeah, guys, what a disappointing one here on Gold's behalf, eh? What a disappointing one here. We know that we saw the craziness of the silver price. The craziness of the silver price. I mean, we had a pullback. So we had a pullback to one of our levels here, but the second one did not come. It just did not. So we touched our area here of 65.864, and the rest, just did not work. And the same with gold here. I was pretty disappointed in gold, I must say. But I want you guys to notice something, though. This is the 1 hour chart. Now, Brett, watch this. AV. Price went up, right? But look where it closed. All that drama, look where it closed. You see that high over there? It closed beneath the high. Look at that. Do you guys see that? It closed beneath the high. So what does this tell us, guys? That the pressure on the sellers is still there. But what this needs now is for us to redo it. Are we together? And the reason why we're going to redo the gold is because from the area where it was, we pushed up like that. We went up by 1%. Are we together, guys? I'm telling you, Anson, I'm pretty disappointed. So are you guys ready to redo gold here, guys? Is there anyone here that's ready to redo gold? It did disappoint us. And I want you to listen to the wording that I have, guys. It is not that we disappointed ourselves. It's that it disappointed us because we're pretty sound in what we're doing here at this point. So I'm ready to redo gold because of the extension to the upside. I want to see if there's any new areas there that needs to be broken for the mere fact that it closed beneath the high of today tells me that there could be some selling off that's coming here. So I want to be ready for that, okay? To compare that, look at the NZD USD. We are still bearish here. That's how I know that we're not off with the gold. It's just pretty dramatic right now. Look at the NZD USD, still in there. Look how the Euro USD performed, still in there. Look at that, it's still at the support. The GBP USD has come back down again to that area. Look at the USD JPY. It actually went into entry zone here, guys. The USD Swiss franc, the same here, guys. We pushed up and closed above. I actually got into the USD Swiss franc here, and I'm going to be holding it up now to 0.8813. I'm not going to touch it now. I'm going to wait for it. This is the correction that I was waiting for, and hopefully by now, yeah, it's bullish. Look at that. This is the correction that I've been waiting for, and I'm going to be holding it up until 0.8813. All right, up until that area there. This is what I wanted to see. I am not in the USD JPY, guys. I'm not in the USD JPY. One of the biggest reasons why I'm not in the USD JPY is because the weakness came about in the middle of the impulse. All right, so I'm going to let this one slide, but I'm in on the USD Swiss franc. That's what I'm going to be doing. All right, so let's redo the gold price. And I was, you know what, guys, I was really in the mindset of if silver acts up here, gold might follow. Now, even although gold followed, like I said, I'm pretty chuffed that it did not break above today's high. Look at that. All right. So let's redo gold here for the sake of tomorrow. We have the hour impulse, but now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch it up. Are you guys ready for this, guys? I'm going to switch it up now. All right. This is already a weakness. This was the impulse that we wanted to trade. This one, right? Then came another one. So there's obviously a weakness here that needs to be broken before we can come all the way down here. So I'm going to switch it up now, okay? I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go higher, all right? Now, can you see the impulse there? Do you see the impulse here? And do you see the impulse there? That is the impulse I'm going to use, all right? Hold on for me. Hold on for me. Coming down here, that is a good place. I'm going to use the 4 hour. All right. Yeah, it's you know, Aaron, that drop, like I said, that's the disappointing part. All right. So I'm gonna use this one over here. All right. So here we go. All right. Hold on. I didn't see if the guys are ready. Are you guys ready for it? Is it only Tanya that's ready? I'm seeing ready by Tanya. Is everyone else ready for it? We went up to the 4 hour. We're gonna use this impulse as our area here to redo gold for the sake of tonight and tomorrow. When we come in at 9:30, we want to see what gold does. All right, so here we go. There's the foot of the impulse to the head of the impulse. All right, now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be looking for weaknesses. The weakness, why? Because I would like to sell into the weaknesses. Those weaknesses don't have enough buyers in there. That's why it's not going to, that's the reason why it won't let up. Now, on this silver price, there was not enough buyers here. That's why we could go down. But clearly, there were many buyers at this area, which pushed the price up. So at this point in time, we're going to be looking for weakness here, and I'm going to be dropping down now. I'm going to be dropping down. All right, here we go. Here we go. H3. There is no weakness yet. What constitutes to the weakness? The correction, right? H2, nothing here, all right? Then we have H1. Weakness came in today. Weakness came in today. So now I'm going to highlight the weakness. It's a pretty big one, which means this can be a very big drop if it succeeds in passing through, all right? Now remember, there is two impulses here. There's the first impulse, and here's the second impulse. All right, here's the second impulse. So our fib will be extended to come and get something over here. All right, so here we go. 30 minutes. Can you see I've only highlighted that area? There's no break in it. There's the first break. There we go. First break. I'm looking for another break. Nothing. There's two. 1, 2. All right, there's 3. 1, 2, 3. You see that? Now it's beginning to look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys see that? There's 5. There's a whole lot more. So I don't need to go all the way back, guys. All right, I don't need to go all the way back. You can have 3 of them. You can have 2 of them. That's fine. So I'll use these ones now. Okay, I'll use these ones. So the first thing I do is I mark the lows. I want to mark these lows because I'm trying to find the low of every triangle. All right, that low is in the triangle. You're just finding it through what I'm doing over here. All right, it's actually 4 here. Sorry, it's actually 4. So let's find them now. All right, so there's the first low. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to find the first area there, which is the highest, and then I'm going to find the next piece of the range, which is here, the lowest. So this is the weakness on the extension that we saw today. Is everybody clear with me that the impulse or the weakness in this impulse is right here? I hope everybody's clear on that, guys. You can just put it in the chat facility if you are clear on that one, okay? Let's highlight it. That's the weakness right there. Right there. That's the weakness, okay? But now watch what I do, because remember, this is the impulse weakness of this one here. There's 2 impulses, 1 and 2. This is the weakness of that impulse there. So if price breaks here, it means all of the money that was sitting here to go up has now been broken. Is everybody clear on that, right? Now watch, I'm going up, up, up. And the reason why I'm going up, guys, is because remember, I want this impulse. But I'm not taking the fib and extending it there. No, I'm extending the fib here to the breaking point. Do you guys see that? I've extended it to the breaking point. So this is where 4380 becomes the zone that we anticipate gold to go to if it breaks there successfully from there to there. Do you guys see this? This is the adjustment that we needed to make now. So the zone 4472.86, this is the adjustment, guys, that was needed to be made now. All right? This is the adjustment. Now, there's nothing that we can do now because this impulse has a support. There's money here. Even although there's money, it's still a weakness. Now, what you can do is if you go to a 2-hour or a 3-hour or even a 4-hour. If a 4-hour candle closes beneath here, that is a beautiful sign, guys. Believe me, that is a beautiful sign for that short over there. There's a lot of divergence, all right? There's a lot of pips in between 4472 and 4380. This is a matter of waiting. There's nothing that we can do right now but to wait. That's it. There's nothing else that we can do but wait, all right? Now, you have the distinct choice. Because price has already dropped and then rejected at this point, you have a choice now. It's either you're going to drop down to a shorter time frame, wait for a smaller candle to close beneath that point over there, or you're going to wait on the higher time frame, all right, for price just to close, all right, at least beneath here. Hold on. Beneath there. So you can get onto a shorter time frame, let all the small candles come down and then get in there, or you can let time pass 4 hours. And then if a 4-hour candle, the body closes beneath, it's a fantastic sign. All right. You can also, here's another alternative. Go onto your phone, your mobile phone. All right. Go to gold, put in a horizontal line, put in 4472.86, and then you put in a 4-hour chart and then go about your business. And then every 30 minutes or hour or so, you just go in, look where the 4-hour candle is. Are we together? And see if it is trading beneath this area. You don't need to sit at the laptop. Is everybody clear there, guys? Go onto your phone. It's a mobile phone. Or if you are on your laptop all the time, or if it's within the vicinity all the time, put on a 4-hour, watch it. All right? But at this point, this is the adjustment, unfortunately, that I had to make now because of that extension. Do we still see the drop? Yes. Do I still see the drop? Yes. There hasn't been a drop yet. There has not been a drop yet, guys. I'm not trading anything here. All I'm trying to trade is from there to there. Is everybody on the same page as Ash here, guys? It's the unfortunate thing. The extension happened. Today, for us, that is in our favor. The gold price did not close above the high that was created. There was a rejection there. So this gives our setup now even more credibility. All right? That's the gold price. I'm not touching NZD USD because there's nothing crazy that happened here. I've still got skin in the game here. Look at that. It's still there. All right? So I'm leaving that as is. I'm not touching NZD USD. Euro USD, it's literally rejected inside accurately that exact zone there. Look at that. It went down, touched it, came back up. I'm waiting for a close beneath 1.16712, guys. There's absolutely nothing that I can do at this point. Doesn't matter. It's now 19 minutes after 6. Even if I try to, force it in my head, we needed to close beneath 1.16712. And yes, young son, it is market structure. All right, it's market structure. The same with the gold price. It is all market structure. There was an extension. There was an extension. So we need now a new low to form here after that extension. All right. The same with GBP USD. I am currently in here. I'm currently in the GBP USD. I got in with the sell. Okay? Is everybody tracking with me here? I got in with the sell. We broke down here. We broke down here. Price went up. So there was a break of the structure. There was. But this one is also taking extremely, extremely long. Let me just quickly look. Is there anything tomorrow at 8 a.m., guys? We have retail sales for the pound, month on month. So I'm going to be watching this then very carefully tomorrow at 8 a.m. If the retail sales does poorly, we can expect a possible drop here on the GBP USD. All right. Then we have the oil price. It's still stuck at the same place. This is a very dangerous trap. I want you to think about the traps that I spoke to you about, guys. This is all traps. There are many guys right now that's being trapped in here. There's buyers, there's sellers. But if you look at it, if you just take a rectangle and you block it out, you'll find that price has actually just gone nowhere. Don't worry about the large blue candles. Green candles. Price has gone nowhere. This has excited many guys, but price has gone nowhere. Green, green, red, red, big red there. But this has done nothing, guys. So be very careful here. All right. Be very careful with the oil price. It's showing lots of signs of some movement to the downside. That's going to mean that our trades here might be impacted. So hopefully today, now, during the evening, we get to close up some of these trades here before tomorrow. All right. That's why if I can get out here tonight, I'm out. Euro USD, if I can get out, I'm out. GBP USD, if I can get to 1.36 tonight, I am out. I'm not even playing around. Look at the USD JPY here. All right. There's some guys that's in this long. I said to you, this is the buying zone. That's the entry zone. If anyone got into the entry zone there, they should be in profits by now. All right. That's about 19 pips deep into the entry zone over there. Now, I didn't get in this one. I didn't get in this specific one here. All right. Even though it's 45 pips, I left it alone. I'm now at a place where it's, look, there's certain trades that I like. There's certain trades that I don't like. And that is it. All right. There's certain trades that I'm going to go into and there's certain trades I'm not. And the USD JPY in the context of this trade, I'm not interested. All right. The USD Swiss franc, though, has managed to, push to the upside as anticipated. You can see there was a close, not a big close, but I mean, it was a nice candle. Now, what do I always say to the guys about these candles? The fact that it closed like this, majority of the body is beneath. That's the only concern that I have. That's the only concern that I actually have, all right, when it comes to the USD Swiss franc. But I do anticipate this one to push up a little bit. Now, is there going to be some blowback? Could I get that? Maybe, yes, but I'm willing to take the risk. Why? Because the move up from there to there is phenomenal. So this is my area here. You see this support right there? That area is my limit here, because I know that if we have to advance further down past there, then obviously the setup is not going to be working here. It worked very hard just to get to this point, and that effort is enough for me to actually take this trade. All right. Plus, with the divergence, we just want to finish off here with a very nice, what do you call it? A nice pullback. So if you look at the H2, let's go to the H2. The H3, let me just see here. Yeah, see, the H3 is still forming. So there's no blue pullback that is formed yet. Therefore, I'm still very positive on this one over here. All right. Nothing wrong with this. I'm in here already. All right. And it's in aid of pro dollar. The Euro CAD, obviously, guys, it's still at the same place we left it. It came down, created a higher low. It's currently stuck in that area there. There's a lot of people that is obviously selling right now. And, they're putting their stop losses, above these areas over here. And that's great because obviously if price goes down, there's obviously, it's obviously worth it. But if price pushes up, because this just looks like, a classic, if I go to a 3-hour, it looks like a classic a pennant or flag here. All right, let's see if I can find it. Look at this. Classic flag. Right there. Look at that classic flag pattern, bullish. So all it's waiting for is just for price to actually push up. All right, so we're going to wait and see how that one actually turns out. It's exactly, young son. All right, then AUS 200, guys. I mean, this one, I just put this on for observation mode. I did tell the guys that, if something comes about with this one and it looks good and there is an area to get in, I will. But at this point in time, this is more of, an asset that I'm just observing with you guys. We're looking at the setup. You can see that this is the low. The high is here. There we have a correction. There we have a higher high. We have another correction. So obviously we're waiting for a higher high to complete. So this is just an observation asset, or at least an activity that we're using to observe. I've not done anything over there. All right. The Euro JPY, also very disappointing here, guys. I must say, I really saw the Euro JPY pushing down nicely. It did not. It just did not. It looks like the higher time frames is taking precedent here. All right, and you see we're still pushing up here a little bit. All right, so I'm going to put this one in a coffin. And I have just covered it. I'm not going to waste any time on something that I'm not seeing move at this point. All right. The NAS 100 here, guys, there's absolutely nothing that's happening at this point in time. All right. I'll give you guys updates tomorrow, but there's a lot of divergence here. And I'll redo this one later on. All right. Right now, focus is gold. Focus is pound dollar, focus is euro dollar, focus is Kiwi dollar, focus is US dollar, Swiss franc. That's the focus right now. Okay. USD CAD, I've not planned anything here either. Nothing. This one we had anticipated it's going to go up. We can see that it did go up twice, once and two, and then it came down. It seems like there was just too much of the higher time frames that was still giving us pressure to the downside, and the intraday push was just not enough. Guys, I want you to make sure GBP USD, yes, GBP USD, all right? Guys, remember, you get different pushes during the day. You have an intraday push. It's a force. There's volumes, all right? You also get monthly pushes, all right? So there's daily, there's weekly, all right? I'll say it again. There's daily forces from a volume perspective. There's weekly forces, there's monthly forces, all right? And there's annual forces. That's a very important point. So there's many times when you are trying to get a trade that is intraday, but then there's a weekly volume of traders that's just really pushing in the opposite direction of what you would like, all right? And that becomes a bit of a challenge. The S&P 500 as well, guys. It came down a little bit more. Intraday has been failing dismally here. Yes, we did have a push to the upside, but as price came down, it created a higher low here, and one would have thought it went up, but it did not. We came down and broke. So it's now created extra support, and that's what intraday does many times. Sometimes the divergence is showing you that there's buyers coming in, but it does not mean that it's exactly the way or it looks exactly the way, or it's going to move in exactly the way that you are actually trying to trade it. So with the more failure of intraday, the bigger the move later on. All right. GBP CAD, nothing there. NZD CAD, nothing there. BTC is still going up as we had anticipated. It's now at the 72,000 area. Nothing different there. The US 30 has now reached that area that I chatted to you guys about, the 52,984. All right, it's now reached that area. This is intraday. If I look at it more from a monthly perspective, guys, a monthly perspective, the force from a monthly perspective is actually pushing the intraday agenda. The monthly force is pushing the weekly and the intraday agenda. That's a very, very important point that I just mentioned there. All right. So I will come back to this. The analysis is right. I did not get into any trades with the USDT, but it has now reached the 52,984. All right. So let's go back. Let's loop back to the focus and let's go and see what is happening. Silver, I'm not touching. Gold at this point in time, I'm waiting for 4472. NZD USD, beautiful, pushing down. This is what we would like. All right, if it does hit the 0.59305, I'm going to be waiting for it to do what it does. And if it breaks tomorrow beneath this area here, I'm going in for the next short. All right, Euro USD. It is now, look where it is. Look, it's at that area. Hopefully, as we in this specific session, it can actually push to the downside, guys. That would be phenomenal. That would be great. Look, it's now at this area here. It's there. You see that? It's also, that's why I'm not going to get in now. You see there? And what happened every time it came to that area? It did not break it. Every time there was a push up. Every time there was a push up. So I'm not making the same mistake. I'm waiting for it to clear those areas there. Once it clears it, and I can use a 15-minute for that as well. You can see it's also in the 15-minute. The moment a 15-minute closes beneath and clears, that's my place to enter on the Euro USD. NZD USD, I'm leaving it, guys. It's looking good. All right. Euro USD, let's see. It's 1833 now. It looks like it's clearing it now. Look. Looks like it's clearing. Look. Can you guys see that? Then GBP USD. Guys, I'm not surprised. Like I said, it had broken the weak spot. So even the USD JPY, there we go. USD Swiss franc. It's like it wants to push up again. Now look at that. Do you see that, guys? So at this point, guys, the analysis is there. Analysis is spot on. It's good. The problem children were, it was gold and it was silver. All right. Now, which means I need to redo silver for all the guys that do silver as well. All right. I need to redo it because there's a new weakness here. But look how far down the weakness is. That was a massive push, man. Up by 4%, 5%. You know. So, guys, it's a waiting game at this point. It's a waiting game at this point. We got to wait for it. If you look at the fundamentals that's coming out tomorrow, let me actually just share and show you guys what is coming out tomorrow. So at 8, we have the retail sales. We have 9:15 French flash manufacturing PMI. 9:30 German flash manufacturing PMI, and then we have 10:30 the pound PMI. So all attention will be on the euro and the pound tomorrow morning. I'm seeing you guys at 9:30 tomorrow, okay? Which means the euro that we're trading here is going to be under scrutiny. The euro that we trade here. Now, guys, this is something that you could do tonight. From a gold, NZD, euro, pound, just those four. Just keep it on a 4-hour candle. Keep all of them on the 4-hour candle. All right. Let me go to the euro, 4-hour candle. NZD USD, 4-hour candle. Gold is already, there's the 4-hour candle. So all you do now is, all right, every hour or two, go and look at the condition of the red candle. If it continues to go down, there's no need for you to be worrying about anything. Is everybody with me here, guys? That's it. All right, that's it. I'm seeing there, what's your aim for? Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard now. We're anticipating price to be pushing a little bit down there. All right, I'm not giving TPs. Tumela, are you new? You must be new. If you are, a warm welcome to you. All right, we don't give any signals. All right, we don't give any signals here. All right, we chat about zone. So the zone, the area that we anticipate it to come, or at least to move towards, is roughly around the 1.36066. That zone is here at these highs. So if people are scalping, anywhere in these highs here becomes a place where you can exit. All right? Because what happens after that now, after it's come down here, we expect it to do its corrections and so forth. And then this white line here, this is the next weakness in this entire impulse. So only if price breaks that weakness do we anticipate further continuation. If it's above, after it's reached this area, it can bounce from anywhere here and go up again. And that's the same with Euro USD, same with NZD USD, etc. All right? That's very important. All right? That's very important. Yes, it's a cent account. It is. All right. Are you guys sure there? That's my Chaba there. That's a cent account. Yes, it is. You can reach out to care@tdmarkets.com. All right, and you can open up that cent account there, that micro account. All right. So guys, remember on the GBP USD, just to go back quickly, switch on a 4-hour frame. Look where the 4-hour is. The next 4-hour candle, all right, will start at 8 o'clock. So look where that candle goes. If the 4-hour candle comes down like this, below 4472, all right, that becomes a monitoring guide for you. The same with NZD USD. There's the 4-hour candle. Look, I don't need to be worrying about this because I can see this 4-hour candle. If it closes like this, I'm looking at the next one. The same with the Euro USD. Look at that. If the 4-hour candle closes beneath here, guess what? It's all good. It's all good. The same with the GBP USD. Look at that beautiful 4-hour candle over here. Look at that. And then obviously the USD Swiss franc, a 4-hour candle is going to look like this. So you can put all of this on your mobile. All right. You can put all of this on your mobile. Because to try and look at 15 minutes and 10 minutes and 1 hour and 3 minutes, sometimes can become a bit of a challenge. What you're doing tonight is what we're on about. We'd like to monitor now. We're anticipating a bit of dollar recovery, so we're monitoring the charts to see if that's the case, all right? If that's the case. So far, the dollar seems to be coming back a little bit here now. If you look at it even from a 4-hour here, very strong 4-hour candle on the USD JPY. Very strong. Look at that. Very strong candle. USD Swiss franc, it's not as strong. GBP USD is attempting. Euro USD is attempting. NZD USD is attempting. And I'm not even speaking about the gold here because this current 4-hour candle has been so bullish. We're going to need the next one to be extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. So let's watch it. We will be back again at 9:30 tomorrow morning to see what's happening. Hopefully we close on a strong dollar note on Friday, which is tomorrow. Hopefully we have a strong dollar. Guys, what we did see in the beginning of the week, if I can just give you a nice recon here in terms of what happened in the week, all right? The dollar, today's Thursday, all right? Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, dollar weakness. Is everybody clear there? Dollar weakness this entire week. Dollar weakness. If you go to NZD USD, 1 hour, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. All right? Mixture. Bit of dollar strength in the beginning, and then the New Zealand dollar picked up again. All right? If you look at the gold price with the dollar, 1 hour, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So here we had a bit of dollar strength in the beginning, and then the gold came in. Do you see that? If you look at did I show the pound already? No, I didn't. No, I did, sorry. If you look at the USD JPY, all right, we can see here, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Monday, very strong yen. Rest of the week, recovery on the dollar. Do you see that? AUD USD, hourly frame, look at that. Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, mixture, consolidation. All right? And guys, this is going across the board. Majority had a mixture. It's only when you look at the pound as an example here. From Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, we had a stronger pound than the dollar. All right? The euro as well. So the euro and the pound had similar movements over there. Silver for the entire week, mixture. Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Strong dollar, strong silver. Do you see that? So at the end of every week, make sure that you go and do a recon like that. To go and say, hey man, how did it perform? Because that helps you for next week. All right, so let's see how it turns out today, guys. Let's see how it actually turns out today. So far, dollar is coming back tonight. We'll see if it's sustained during the morning. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Rest well. We started with fire. We ended off very strong. We know what we're doing. And that's the most important thing. We still know what we are doing. All right. We didn't lose anything, even although we had a bit of interferences, a bit of dramatic changes here and there. Intraday, but we still know that there is a possible stronger dollar that it could lead to at the end of the week. All right, but I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:30, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you at 9:30 tomorrow. Rest well. I'm Ashley Reeve here, and we're signing out. All right, ciao, ciao.